Today we will read about various concentration terms. We know whatever reaction we carry out in laboratories are in the solution form. Many reactions we carry out in solution form. So to study that reactions we use many concentration terms. What are those concentration terms? Mass percentage, mole fraction, molarity, molality, and many others are there, such as volume percentage, parts per million, etc. So we will study about each one of this in detail now. First of all, about mass percentage. So from this only we can get it is the percentage of mass of solute. We know solution means solute plus solvent. So mass percentage of solute will be mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Because it is in percentage, we have to multiply by 100. So mass percentage equal to mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. If in a question it is given 10% sodium chloride solution, then 10% sodium chloride solution means what? 10% means 10 by 100 means 10 gram of sodium chloride will be present in 100 gram of solution, or you can tell 10 gram of sodium chloride is present in 90 gram of water. Since 10 gram is sodium chloride, so rest will be water. Out of 100, rest will be water. So it will, amount of water will be 100 minus 10. That will come 90 gram. 10% sodium chloride solution means 10 gram of solute is present in 100 gram of solution. Solute mass we getting 10 gram. And total solution mass is 100 gram. So amount of water will be 100 minus 10, that will be 90 gram. So we can also define 10% solution as 10 gram of solute present in 90 gram of water. One question is there. A solution is prepared by adding 2 gram of substance A. We are adding 2 gram of substance A to 18 gram of water. Here we have to calculate mass percent of solute. What is the solute here? Substance A. Because this is, we are adding to water. Water is the solvent here. So, how to calculate mass percentage? Mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. So we must know mass of solute. Mass of solute here it is given 2 gram. What is the mass of solution now? Mass of solution is not given here. But we know that solution equals to solute plus solvent. So solute is 2 gram. Solvent is 18 gram. So total solution mass we will get 20 gram. So here I have written the given mass of solute is given 2 gram, mass of solvent is given 18 gram, mass of solution will be solute plus solvent mass 2 plus 18 gram, that will come 20 gram. And we know the formula of mass percentage, mass of solute whole divided by mass of solution into 100. So mass of solute here 2 gram divided by mass of solution we are getting total mass of solution 20 gram into 100, as we are converting into percentage, so it will come 10%. Now moving on to the next. Next is mole fraction. It is denoted by this symbol chi. So mole fraction, what is mole fraction? It is once again a concentration term. Okay, we can determine concentration using mole fraction also. So what is mole fraction first? Mole fraction is the ratio of number of moles of one component, number of moles of one component to the total number of moles present in the solution. Whatever mole fraction we are finding out, suppose there are, I am taking here example, let us taking a substance A, B and C. Let substance A and substance B be the solute and it is dissolving in the solvent C. So what are the components present here in the solution? Three components are there. Substance A, substance B and substance C. Total 3 components in the solution. Now we have to calculate moles because mole fraction means we have to calculate moles only. So I am calculating mole of A, substance B, substance C. So we know, so let us consider first number of moles of AB, Na, number of moles of BB, Nb, number of moles of Cb, Nc. This is the notation because we are not knowing how many moles are there, so it is just a notation because we are going to frame the formula. So first of all, we are taking 3 components in a solution. Total 3 components are present in a solution: substance A, substance B and substance C. For each substance we will find out the number of moles. Let it be Na for number of moles of A, number of moles of BB, Nb, number of moles of Cb, Nc. Now you have to find out the mole fraction of each component. You have to find out the mole fraction of each component. We know mole fraction means ratio of number of moles of that component to the total number of moles. So first of all, I am finding out mole fraction of A. I am denoting here as xi A. Okay, this is the notation. So mole fraction of A will be number of moles of A whole divided by total number of moles. Total number of moles how we will get? By adding all the moles, because 3 substances are there. So 3 substances will be having different number of moles. We have to add them together. That will become total number of moles. Mole fraction we know, ratio of mole fraction of number of moles of that component whole divided by total number of moles. Mole fraction is number of moles of one component to total number of moles. So here I am considering of substance A, mole fraction of substance A. There we will consider number of moles of A whole divided by total number of moles. That will come as, here there are 3 substances, so I am writing Na plus Nb plus Nc. Similarly, you have to calculate mole fraction of B. That time in the numerator you have to put number of moles of B because we are calculating mole fraction of B. So number of moles of B whole divided by total number of moles, Na plus Nb plus Nc. Similarly, mole fraction of C. So number of moles of C whole divided by total number of moles, Na plus Nb plus Nc. Since these 3 substances only making the solution, if we add up all the mole fraction of all the substances, mole fraction of A, mole fraction of B, mole fraction of C, mole fraction of A, B and C, if we add, it will come 1. So if we add mole fraction of all the substances in the solution, it will come as 1. So let us solve one example based on mole fraction. This is one question here. A solution is prepared by adding 60 gram of methyl alcohol to 120 gram of water. Here you have to calculate mole fraction of both, of methanol, that is the methyl alcohol, plus mole fraction of water. So there is a solution which is prepared by mixing methyl alcohol and water. So there are total 2 substances in the solution and their masses also are given. Methanol or methyl alcohol, you know the molecular formula. Methanol, methyl group and alcoholic group, CH3OH, and water, it is H2O. We know the formula of methyl alcohol and water. Now, to find the mole fraction, what we need? We need number of moles of both the substances we need, of methyl alcohol also and that of water also. So how to calculate number of moles? We are already using a formula to calculate number of moles. What is that formula? Number of moles equal to given mass by molar mass. Okay, to calculate mole fraction, we need the formula of number of moles, because in mole fraction, formula contain number of moles. So to calculate number of moles, we should know the formula here, given mass by molar mass. Given mass is there in the question, 60 gram methyl alcohol, 120 gram water. So let us calculate molar mass then. So here I am calculating molar mass. So molar mass of methanol or methyl alcohol will be, carbon is 12, atomic mass of carbon is 12, hydrogen is 3 into 1, oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. If we calculate it, it will come 32 gram. So molar mass of methanol we are getting. Water we have already calculated many times. The molar mass equals to 18 gram. Now, for both of this, given mass is also there. Given mass is 60 gram for methanol and 120 gram for water. Now you can easily calculate number of moles, because we are knowing molar mass, we are knowing given mass. So number of moles of methanol will be, given mass is 60 gram and number of molar mass is 32 gram. So if we divide, it will come 1.875. Now calculate number of moles of H2O. That will come given mass by molar mass, 120 gram by 18 gram. It will come 6.667. Now we are getting number of moles, but what we have to calculate? We have to calculate mole fraction of methanol and of water. So mole fraction of methanol will be, we know the formula, mole fraction of methanol, we are calculating for methanol. So we will put number of moles of methanol. So number of moles of methanol, it is 1.875. Whole divide by total number of moles. Since there are 2 substances only, so we will add up moles of both, 1.875 plus 6.667. Mole fraction, if we calculate of methanol, it will come 0.220. Now we will calculate mole fraction of water. Since we are calculating mole fraction of water, so we will put number of moles of water, whole divide by total number of moles. So number of moles of water, here we have calculated 6.667 and total moles is 6.667 plus this one of methanol, 1.875. If we calculate, it will come 0.780. You can cross check your calculation also. I have written one sentence in the previous image that if we add all the mole fraction in a solution, it will come 1. So there are 2 mole fraction here in this solution. So if we add 0.220 and 0.780, it will come 1. Then your calculation is correct. So this is the two concentration terms we have read till now. One is mass percentage and second one is mole fraction. There are two more concentration terms like this only. We have calculated mass percentage. Similarly, we can calculate volume percentage also if volume is given. Okay, how to calculate volume percentage? Same formula, but in place of mass, we will put volume. So volume percentage equals to volume of solute by volume of solution into 100. So this is volume percentage, like that of mass percentage only. And you have seen many places we have using parts per million, ppm. How much pollution is there in the atmosphere, we used to measure in ppm, parts per million. Okay, so how to calculate this parts per million? If something is present in a very less amount, we use this parts per million. How to calculate this? Parts per million equal to mass of solute by mass of solution into 10 to the power 6. Why 10 to the power 6? It is parts per million. Per million we have to calculate. So here we have multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Now let us define parts per million. What is meant by this? It is the part of a component. It is the part of a component. We know a solution is having many components. It may be 2 or more than 2. So it is the part of a component. If it is a part of a single component per million parts of the solution. If we make million parts of the solution, how many parts of that component is there? It's the parts per million of that component. If we make million parts of a solution, the parts of a component is parts per million of that component. Okay, we know solution contains many components. If we have to calculate part of a component, how we are going to calculate? It will be calculated as mass of solute, mass of solution into 10 to the power 6. If we are converting into parts per million, we have to multiply this 10 to the power 6. Okay. So this is the two more concentration terms which is not there in your book, but we must know. So we have already learned about the concentration terms, mass percentage, mole fraction, also volume percentage and parts per million. Now, one more concentration term we are going to use in our laboratories also, that is molarity. It is represented by capital M. What is molarity? It is defined as number of moles of solute in 1 liter of solution. So mathematically we can write molarity capital M equals to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in 1 liter. Molarity is represented by capital M and is equal to number of moles of solute divided by 1 liter solution, or you can write volume in liter. Its unit is mole per liter. Since it is number of moles means mole, and we are taking volume of solution in liter, so per liter. You can write also as mole liter inverse. Now, what is the disadvantage of using molarity? Molarity changes with temperature. You know how volume changes with temperature. When we increase temperature, volume also increases. When we heat something, volume of that substance increases. So in molarity we have the volume term. The denominator is the volume term. Volume in liter. Okay, volume of solution in liter. So if we increase the temperatures, this volume will change and automatically it will harm the molarity value. So this is the disadvantage. Molarity changes with temperature. So what is molarity? First of all, it is denoted by capital M and it is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. Now, let us solve one question on molarity. Calculate the molarity of NaOH in the solution prepared by 4 gram of NaOH in enough water to form 250 ml of solution. Okay, so what are given here? Given mass of NaOH and the volume of the solution. Two things are given. To calculate molarity, what we need? Volume of the solution in liter. It is already given volume of the solution, that is 250 ml. We can easily convert it into liter because we want the volume in liter. So we can easily convert 250 ml of solution in liter. Now, what else we need to calculate molarity? We need number of moles of solute. But we don't have here in the question number of moles. But we know how to calculate number of moles. Number of moles can be calculated by given mass by molar mass. So we will use that formula. So what we are doing? Molar mass of NaOH we know. You can calculate easily. Na atomic mass is 23. O atomic mass is 16 and hydrogen atomic mass is 1. So total we are getting 40 gram molar mass of NaOH. Given mass is already there in the question, 4 gram of NaOH. So we know how to calculate number of moles. We will calculate by given mass of NaOH divide by molar mass of NaOH. It will come near about 0.1. It will come 0.1 only. Now, number of moles we already got. Now we have to calculate volume of solution in liter. As it is given in milliliter, we have to convert in liter. So volume of solution equals to 250 ml. We have to convert in liter, so I have to divide by 1000. So it will come 0.250 liter. Now, molarity M equals to, put the mathematical form, number of moles of NaOH by volume of solution in liter. Now put the values we have got. Number of moles of NaOH, how much we have got? 0.1 and volume of solution in liter 0.250. If you calculate, then it will come as 0.4 mole per liter. Mole per liter is the unit for molarity. Or you can simply write 0.4 capital M. That also represent molarity. Okay, how we have done this calculation? 0.1 means 1 by 10. 0.250 means 250 divide by 1000. So 1000 will go out. If we cancel the zeros, it will come 10 by 25. To solve it more easily, I have multiplied denominator and numerator with 4. So down it will come 100, 25 into 4, and in the numerator it will come 10 into 4, 40. Now you can easily put the decimal, 0.4 mole per liter. So this is all about molarity. Now move on to the next concentration term, molality. It is not molarity, it is molality, and it is denoted by small m. We have denoted molarity by capital M and molality by small m. Now, what is molality? Molality is defined as the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg solvent. Just compare with that of molarity also. Here molality equals to mathematical form, it is number of moles of solute divided by 1 kg solvent, or you can write mass of solvent in kg. Okay, so compare with molarity, number of moles of solute, numerator part is same, but in the denominator part the difference is that in molarity it was volume of the solution. In molarity it was volume of the solution in liter, but here mass of the solvent in kg. So two differences there, that in molarity we have used solution, denominator we have solution, but here in molality it is solvent. So this is one difference. In molarity we have volume term, but here mass term. So in denominator two differences are there. So keep it in mind. And one more difference, molarity by capital M it was shown and molality by small m. Hence, unit of molality will be number of moles will mole and per kg. So mole per kg is the unit, or you can write mole kg inverse. Molarity, one more difference between molarity and molality. The main difference, molarity depends on temperature because we are having volume term in the denominator and we know volume increases with temperature. So molarity also will change. But what about molality? Molality will remain constant irrespective of the temperature. If we increase or decrease temperature, that will not harm molality. Hence, molality is independent of temperature because mass. In denominator we are having mass and we know mass is constant for any substance. So, mass doesn't vary. So, molality is independent of temperature, whereas molarity is depending on temperature. Let us solve one question. We can easily calculate molality if number of moles or given mass or mass of the solvent is given. But this is a tricky question where we have to use multiple ideas. So let us focus on this now. The density of 3m, capital M. What is that meaning of this? 3m means this is capital M is molarity. So it is 3 molar solution, molarity. Okay, 3 moles per liter it means. So density of 3 molar solution of NaCl is, density is given here 1.25 gram per milliliter. So from these two things we have to calculate the molality. Now what we should do? First of all, molarity is given, or you can first solve for density. Density is given, density of the solution 1.25 gram per milliliter. As we know, we have to we are solving problem on liter because in the denominator we are having liter for molarity. So we will first of all convert this gram per milliliter into gram per liter. So first of all I am converting density into gram per liter. So density is given 1.25 gram per milliliter. So I am writing in this way 1.25 gram divided by 1 milliliter. Now to convert this 1 milliliter we have to divide by 1000. So when we divide by 1000 it will go to the numerator. So it will come 1250 gram per liter. So from this density, what is the meaning of this part? 1250 gram per liter. It means 1250 gram of solution is there. per liter this much gram of solution is there. So mass of the solution we are getting from the density. So this is one part. Now we have to use molarity. Here molarity is given 3m. So that we have to use 3m means 3 mole per liter. Molarity unit is mole per liter. I am expressing in this way. So we know the formula. Number of moles equal to given mass by molar mass. Here solute is NaCl. Sorry, you have to write here NaCl, not NaOH. Correct this. So number of moles of NaCl will be equal to given mass of NaCl divided by molar mass of NaCl. Since number of moles is given, here how much number of moles? 3. 3 molar means 3 moles are present per liter solution. So number of moles is given. Given mass of NaOH is not given. So I am writing like that only. But we know molar mass of NaCl. It will come 23 plus 35.5. It will come in total 58.5. So from there, using this molarity equation, number of moles equal to given mass by molar mass, and using this molarity term there, we can easily calculate given mass. So given mass of NaCl will be, please correct here, it will be NaCl. Okay, here NaCl, here also NaCl, here also NaCl. Please correct that. So it will come 58.5 into 3. That will be the given mass of NaCl, 175.5 gram. Now you see what we need for molality. What we need for molality? Solvent mass we need. So solution mass we have calculated. Mass of the solute we have calculated. So what will be the mass of solvent? We know solution equal to solvent plus solute. So solvent mass will be solution mass minus solute mass. So if we subtract that, it will come 1.0745 kg. So we got the mass of solvent in kg. Mass of solvent in kg. Okay, after getting mass of solvent in kg, we can easily put here mass of solvent. And number of moles we already know. It is given here only 3 moles. So put the value. Molality will be equal to 3 moles divided by 1.0745 kg. It will come near about 2.79 mole per kg. Or you can simply write 2.79 small m. Small m also represent that it is molality. So in this question we have to use the idea of density plus molarity. These two ideas we have to use here. And one more formula you have to use here. Very important formula we are using from previous questions also. Number of moles equal to given mass by molar mass. So how you have to think about this question? Molality means we have to calculate number of moles of solute and mass of solvent in kg. These two things we need. So how we are going to proceed? Number of moles is already given in the question, that is 3 moles. Okay, 3 molarity means 3 moles is present in 1 liter. So 3, we are already getting the number of moles. Now we have to calculate mass of the solvent. How we will get the mass of the solvent? There we have to use the density idea. From density we are going to get the mass of the solution. Mass of the solution we are getting, and again using this molarity, number of moles by given mass by molar mass, to calculate the mass of solute. Mass of solute, that is NaCl. Okay, NaCl mass we are calculating. So from there we are getting mass of solution, mass of solute, Then we can easily get mass of solvent by subtracting both. So then we will get mass of solvent and we can solve it. Here is one thing. This just only I am telling here. What is 3m? 3 capital M, and what is 3 small m? What that it represent? It represent in chemistry 3 capital M represent 3 moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. This is molarity. Means 3 moles are present in 1 liter solution. As we know molarity formula, number of moles per liter solution. So this is the definition of 3 capital M. We can also call 3m as 3 molar. Okay, 3 molar. And here 3 small m we can call as 3 molal. M-O-L-A-L. Here M-O-L-A-R. Okay, 3 molal here. So 3 small m means 3 moles of solute present in 1 kg solvent. Okay, only we are defining this in the form of formula only. 3 moles present in 1 kg solvent because value is here 3. Here 3 moles present in 1 liter solvent. So this is here is the how concept map how to calculate the previous sum. Okay, from density we are getting the mass of solution. From using 3m and molar mass of NaCl we can calculate mass of solute, and combining this two we will get mass of solvent, and 3m we are getting the number of moles. We can easily put these two values in the molality formula and we can solve. So no need to go through this, you can easily solve. So till now we have learnt about mainly 4 concentration terms, because we will be dealing with reactions in solution. We have to deal with concentration terms. So what are those 4 concentration terms? Mass percentage, mole fraction, molarity and molality. Those 4 are there in your book. We have also learned about volume percentage and parts per million. One more concentration term, that is normality, that is denoted by capital N, is also not there in your syllabus, but we will use this term in our laboratories. So what is normality then? It is denoted by capital N and it is defined as number of gram equivalents dissolved per liter of solution. It is same as that of molarity only. Normality, capital N, equals to number of gram equivalent of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. And its unit is, in the numerator it is gram equivalent. So gram equivalent per liter, gram equivalent per liter, or you can write gram equivalent liter inverse. Now you can compare with molarity. Here you can see the comparison. Normality capital N equals to number of gram equivalent of solute whole divided by volume of solution in liter. Just compare with that of molarity. Molarity denoted by capital M, and it is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. So denominator term is same for both. What is the difference is there in the numerator. Here number of gram equivalent and here number of moles. But both are for solute. Both are for solute. Only difference is here we are considering number of gram equivalents, and in molarity it is number of moles. And for that only there is a difference in unit also. Now, what is gram equivalent of solute? Gram equivalent of solute equals to mass of solute by equivalent mass. It is again similar to that of number of moles only. How we will calculate number of moles? Same way we will calculate gram equivalent. Number of moles means we know the formula number of moles, given mass by molar mass. Here also gram equivalent means mass of solute by equivalent mass. If we compare this molar mass and equivalent mass, it is more or less similar terms. Okay, and here given mass of solute is the mass of solute only. So there is relation. Normality is similar to that of molarity only. Only difference we express normality as number of gram equivalent and molarity as number of moles. Both for per liter solution. So here you should note that number of moles how we calculate, given mass by molar mass, and gram equivalent how we calculate, that is given mass of solute by equivalent mass. Now, how the molarity changes with temperature? Here normality also changes with temperature. Why? Because volume term is there in the formula of normality, and we know when we increase temperature, volume of solution will increase, and hence the normality will get affected. So normality also changes with temperature. One more way to calculate normality. If it is acid or base, we can calculate normality as, for acid, how we calculate normality? Molarity into basicity. This is the relation between normality and molarity in case of acids. How we calculate normality for bases? Normality equals to molarity into acidity. We know acids has basicity and bases has acidity. So comparing this relation, we can get the formula normality equals to molarity into basicity. For acids, normality equal to molarity into acidity for bases. Now what is acidity and basicity? Acidity for bases and basicity for acids. How to calculate? Now for acids. For example, H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So when we make the solution, or when we take H2SO4 in water, H2SO4 gets dissociated into ions, positive ion and negative ion. Okay, so how it will break? H2SO4 in solution, it will give two types of ions, H plus ion and SO4 2 minus ion, sulfate ion and H plus ion. So if you balance that, it will give 2 H plus ion. So how many H plus ions is given by an acid is the basicity of that acid. What is basicity of an acid? How many H plus ions will be given by an acid in solution? That will be equal to basicity. Here acid H2SO4 is giving 2 H plus ions in the solution, So its basicity will be 2. Similarly for bases, for example NaOH. In NaOH in solution will give 2 ions, Na plus ion and OH minus ion. So acidity in case of bases will be equal to the number of OH minus ions that base will give in the solution. Acidity means how much number of OH minus ion it will give, and basicity means how much number of H plus ions it will give. Basicity is for acids and acidity is for bases. So this is the difference. Using this basicity and acidity, we can easily calculate normality. Using this formula, normality equal to molarity into basicity for acids and normality equal to molarity into acidity for bases. And here is the definition. Basicity means for acids, and we know acid give H plus ion. So number of H plus ions that an acid give in solution. And acidity is for bases, and acidity means number of OH minus ion, means bases used to give OH minus ions. So number of OH minus ions a base can give in a solution. So this is acidity and basicity difference, and how to relate acidity and basicity in normality formula. So 2 ways we can calculate. For acids and bases, this formula, and for normal compound, we will calculate as number of gram equivalent by volume of solution per liter. So this all are the concentration terms: mass percentage, mole fraction, molarity, molality, volume percentage, parts per million, and normality.